What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Felicity, and we're back at it again with another video. Today will be episode 2 of the series I'm doing, Coffee and Conversation, and today we're going to be making Dalgona coffee. So, first thing is we're going to grab the instant coffee. This is the Nescafe one. And I'm gonna try it to blend it in my Ninja because I don't want to whisk it for 45 minutes like I have before. And I'm making enough for me and my mom. So, all I'm gonna do is grab my tablespoon and I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the sugar that I use is coconut sugar. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do 1, 2, and I'm only gonna do 3 just because I'm gonna add like my creamer, and then I'm gonna try to make like a mocha one. So I don't want to have too much sugar in it. So I'm gonna do that. And then I have some water that I boiled so it's like hot. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna do 5. Mix it up. I don't know. I think that should be enough because I think last time I made it I actually put like more water and it like was better. So we're gonna hope that this works, and if not, I will be whisking for 45 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put it on smoothie. So I added another scoop of the coffee and the sugar because it just wasn't getting thick enough. So we're gonna see how this works now. Oh my gosh, stabbed myself. We're gonna see how this works now. My mom's holding the camera. She's doing great. She's smiling. All right. All right. It still sounds liquidy. Y'all remember the shake weights? Same concept. So it's still like liquid. I don't know why. I think I'm gonna have to mix it in a mixing bowl. Stay tuned. I'm gonna whisk for 45 minutes. So I found this thing, and it's like a mixer. So I put what I had in this bowl, and we're gonna did nothing. Nothing. Now we're going old school, so. Does anyone want to take turns whisking? They said no. Been like 10 minutes. I don't know, I've only made it one other time and I've seen videos. I don't know what it's supposed to 100% look like, but like it's thick. So it's done, and I have a hand cramp. Got like the claw going on. So we're gonna go ahead and put it in. So let's get some ice and some stuff, and we're gonna drink it up. So I have my cup of ice, and I'm going to put in almond milk and then my almond milk creamer. This is the Silk almond milk creamer. That's just the sweet and creamy one. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in, and I just bought this one, so I gotta open it. So I'm gonna fill it about halfway with the almond milk, a little over halfway, like this. Take the creamer and just kind of that much. How much was that? I don't know. Guesstimate. I'm not a chef or barista. This is just whatever. So, got my spoon. I'm gonna go ahead and take my, oh yeah, that looks bomb. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna, just a little. That looks good. I'm just piling on. Like, look at that. Oh my gosh, okay. Just like a little more, because I only had like 1 cup of coffee today, and like, look at that! Oh, look at it. Okay. Chocolate syrup. Just gonna have to, you know, like do a little once over. Like, I can work at Starbucks. Like, yes, I did that. 45 minutes later, sprayed my hand, but let me get a straw. All right, the moment of truth. I'm gonna Insta story this real quick. Just like, 1 second. It's like so pretty and like swirly looking. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I just have to. Oh my gosh, look. Follow me on Instagram, you know, that is delicious looking. Mocha, Dalgona, kinda nice. Ooh! It looks so good. I'm literally, oh my gosh, I have literal coffee problems. Oh my gosh, this just looks so good. I swear. I'm so excited. Okay, this looks delicious. Let me just, okay. Back to our regular scheduled programming. I just like, oh my gosh, just like, look at it. Like, oh. Just, oh wait, that was too far. Oh my gosh, it's just, okay, okay. Forget Starbucks, come to Felicity's freaking coffee. I got you. Feeling Felicity's freaking coffee. That's me. All right, let's get to conversating. We got our coffee, let's go. What's up? Let's get talking. Today is going to be talking about diet culture. So, Dalgona and diet culture. So, I will just start by saying pretty much everyone in America has, woman or man, mostly women I will say, have dealt with diet culture. And it's not something that is not prevalent. It's literally everywhere. But the definition of diet culture, I looked it up on Google. It says, diet culture is a system of beliefs that worships thinness and equates it to health and moral virtue, which means you can spend your whole life thinking you're irreparably broken just because you don't like look like the impossibly ideal thin. Which, I mean, we've all seen a Victoria's Secret runway show. Like, literally, let me tell you something. These thighs, they don't look like a Victoria's Secret model. They don't. And growing up, I wanted to be that. I was like, oh my gosh, I want those legs. Guess what? My DNA said no. I mean, diet culture is literally such a big thing in America, and I mean other countries as well. I can only speak for America. I'm American, that's just what it is. But I mean, I grew up and I had an eating disorder due to people saying I looked big when I wasn't, or looking at media and thinking that. I mean, the diet culture is like diet industry, diet pills, diet systems, diet whatever. It's a $40 billion industry, and they market to all to make us feel bad about ourselves, and so we'll buy it. Because I mean, if we all felt good about ourselves, we're not going to want to buy something that's going to make us thinner. We're going to be like, no, we look perfect. No, they're going to make us feel like, and they're going to sell it to us as like, hey, you don't look like this girl, but if you want to, you can buy it for $49.95. Like, that's just, they're not going to make money off of happy people. They make us sad to make money off of us. And that's just a fact. And that's the media. I mean, look at movies, look at runway shows, high fat. I'm a fashion major in school. Like, I am in school for fashion. Working with people on runways is like something I will do when I am graduated. I'm going to stop to see models who are literally this big. I mean, I'm never going to look like Kendall Jenner. Never. Not all bodies in this world are meant to look the same. Me and my best friend went shopping, and she's 5'2", has a definitely different body shape than me, and I'm 5'8". I'm taller. I mean, I got thick legs, but I mean, I have literally no boobs at all. Boy chest. She's got boobs, she's got a butt, and she looks beautiful. And I mean, that's not biased because she's my best friend, but like, yeah, she's beautiful. But a lot of diet culture is also stigmatizing fatness and like curves, and like they're like, oh gosh, she's overweight because she doesn't wear a size 0. Well, guess what? Not everyone wants to be a size 0, because some people, I mean, looking back at like ancient times where plus size women were literally just goddesses to everyone. Like, everyone wanted to be plus size because it meant you were wealthy, you were like high class. If you could afford to eat and get a little chunk, you were cool. So like, curves are cool. Not everyone has them. Girls that don't have them want them. Girls that have them don't want them. It's literally just the world making women feel bad. And I'm going to talk mostly about women because I'm a woman. I'm not a man. I don't know what guys go through. So to go on top of like stigmatizing fat people and saying that like, oh, you're overweight, like that's so unhealthy. People have medical conditions. Like, you can't say, oh my gosh, they're overweight, they're unhealthy. Those people could probably eat way healthier than the skinniest people. I know people who are thin and eat McDonald's like exclusively. And then I know people who are bigger and eat salads. It's bodies, it's genetics, it's so much more than, oh gosh, you're unhealthy because you eat this or because you look like that. Just because you don't look the same does not mean you're unhealthy. It just means you're different. Your bodies are different. So I have a quote by an anti-diet culture warrior. I got this offline, so that's what they proclaimed her as. Her name is Marilyn Wan. She has famously pointed out, the only thing anyone can diagnose about by pointing or looking at a fat person is at their own level of prejudice toward fat people. So if you're gonna say you're walking down the street and you know someone who's like, oh my gosh, like they're so unhealthy, they're fat. No, you're just prejudiced against someone who's bigger than you or that doesn't look like you. Just know that everyone's beautiful and don't judge them. And then a part of diet culture is also creating guilt around food because they're labeling foods as bad and good foods. Like, oh, if you eat carrots and celery and oh my gosh, like chicken, that's a good food. But if you're gonna eat a cupcake or, you know, go have a Dalgona coffee with like extra sugar and like chocolate syrup on top, it's a bad food. No, I gotta get up and like be up, and this tastes good and I like food. So I mean, yeah, I'm gonna eat something that makes me happy. There should be no good and bad food, because guess what? Everything has a good quality and a bad quality. I mean, if you're only eating celery, guess what? It's not good for you. You're missing out on many macro and micronutrients. You're missing out on different things. There's no reason to say, oh yeah, that's a bad food or that's a good food. And then fad diets and restrictions. Diet culture is just popping them out. I mean, I know plenty of people who do keto and they're like, yeah, this is it. Guess what? I tried keto. I like fruit. I like carbs. I like bread. I like cookies, and I love me a donut. So yeah, I could not do keto, no. And I know people who are doing like where you restrict certain foods. Like there's so many people restrict dieting, which is like you restrict a macronutrient group. Like, oh, I want to cut out carbs, so I'm not going to eat bread. I'm not going to eat potatoes. I'm not going to do this. Like, guess what? Vegetables have carbs in them, like a lot. But it's the nutrients in them. It's what is in them. It's not carbs. Don't label all carbs as bad because, oh, if I eat carbs, I'm going to get fat. No. Like, you could eat so much protein and be like super, super overweight or like not healthy. And I'm not saying that being overweight is unhealthy, because there are overweight, unhealthy people. But there's anorexics who are super underweight and unhealthy. So, I mean, it's just finding a healthy balance, and that's so hard when everyone is shoving a different diet down your throat or a different like crazy workout. I have a picture of a workout that I found on Pinterest, and it claims to lose 10 pounds in 1 week. 1 week! And it has 3 days of workouts. So you're telling me that this workout, it's 3 days. It says nothing about your diet, just this workout, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. The first 3 days of the week. Not even like spread out like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Like no, just these 3 days. And it says the scale before was 160 and then the scale after was 124. First of all, that's over 10 pounds. But it says in 1 week, that's not possible. And giving people this idea that this will work, it's only going to set them up for failure. I'm a certified personal trainer, and I'm telling you, there is not one person that I'm training that is going to do this workout 3 times a week and lose 10 pounds. There's no way. Literally no way. It's just so disheartening to know that there are little girls growing up and have to look at people that have TV shows that are like only skinny girls, and then they're like having that like one girl that has like a different body. And I mean, there is growing like diversity in media and TV shows and stuff, and there's definitely like more people on the runway kind of like integrating it in. But what about 50 years ago? What about 10 years ago? What about the girls like my age that grew up watching the New York Fashion Week or the freaking Victoria's Secret fashion show? I mean, those girls are just sticks. And I mean, they're beautiful and they're thin, but I'm never gonna have that body. Most of my friends will never have that body. But I mean, it's just really hard to know that so many people are making money off of making other people feel like trash. And it's just so hard. And part of the reason I wanted to make this video is because I did have an eating disorder, and I have a video on my fitness journey and me learning, and even then I need to update that because it talked about how I was still counting calories in that video, which I'm not anymore. So part of breaking the cycle of diet culture is learning to love your body, which can be so hard because it was hard for me to love my body and to appreciate the fact that, you know what, I'm not gonna have thin legs. I'm just not. And I mean, I still struggle with that. Part of like another reason to break the cycle is intuitive eating. I've become an intuitive eater. I don't count calories. I listen to my body. Now, there is a big, like, hard part of doing that is you have to learn to listen to your body and not just counting calories because it's like, oh, if I count calories, like, I can eat this donut, but like, I'm gonna have to skip a meal. No. Listen to your body. When you're hungry, you eat. And don't just eat whatever. I mean, listen to what your body needs. I've learned that if I eat certain things at certain times, I don't feel good. I don't eat a lot of dairy. I don't eat a lot of, you know, super processed foods because I'll feel it in my body. I'll feel slower. So I realize when I eat fruits and vegetables and a lot of micronutrients and macronutrients in my meals, I feel uplifted. I feel just more energized, and I feel sustainable. Like, I feel like I'm satiated and I'm able to do a lot more. I mean, yeah, I love sweet things, let me tell you. This is like 95% sugar. And it's delicious. But intuitive eating is definitely something that you should look into. I had to learn a lot about it. I looked it up on a bunch of different websites. I've listened to podcasts about it. I've listened to people on YouTube talk about it. And it's definitely a process. You're not just going to jump into it and be able to listen to your body and know your hunger cues and know when you're full. It's just a process, but it's something that's worth doing if it means that it'll help you in the long run when it's coming to canceling diet culture. Because cancel culture is a thing. Can we not cancel diet culture? Is that like something we should do? It is, exactly. But another thing that I looked up when I was talking about intuitive eating and kind of looking up how to like break that cycle of canceling diet culture to become an intuitive eater and just kind of being more, not health conscious, because I mean health is like a huge thing, but separating that from weight. Your health is not your weight. That number on the scale is not your healthiness. And that's what I think a lot of people struggle with, and I struggle with, because if that number went up, I was like, oh gosh, this is just terrible. Like, I'm gonna have to like go run, which I hate, or I'm gonna like, oh, I'm not gonna eat. Like, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna like fast longer and then just not eat as much and like do all that. And that's just not part of it. It's part of just listening to your body and kind of working with your body to make sure that you're sustained but also satiated and satisfied. Because guess what? I love food and I'm gonna eat good food, but it doesn't mean it has to be unhealthy. It doesn't mean it has to be healthy, because it's not gonna be a good food or a bad food. It's gonna be food. It's gonna be fuel for my body. And I feel like that's a thing that diet culture is shoving down our throats, that like, no, if you eat too much of this, it's bad. Or if you eat too much of that, it's good. I mean, food's food. It's gonna fuel you. Whether you want, you know, that little premium fuel or the not premium fuel, sometimes you just want McDonald's. Let me tell you, sometimes I just want McDonald's. And guess what? I get that smoothie because it's good. And I don't have fruit in my house. Something else that if you're going toward intuitive eating or you're trying to cancel diet culture and move on with that, the 80-20 principle. So 80-20 principle is not a day, a week, a month, a year, anything. 80-20 principle is 80% good, healthy food, just trying to be nutrient rich, you know, get your vegetables, get your macros, you know, carbs, fats, proteins, get kind of, you know, your fruits and vegetables, just kind of get those micronutrients, just all of those vitamin and minerals. And then 20%, Dalgona coffee, ice cream, whatever you want, a donut. I will always talk about donuts because I will always love donuts, but that's just the thing. The 80-20 principle is super good if you're just kind of like, hey, if I ate super healthy throughout the week and it's the weekend and I'm going out with my girls and they're like, hey, let's go to this coffee shop, they have the best raspberry danishes. Let's go. Like, yeah, like do it. Do not change how you're gonna eat based on your plans. Don't go like, oh, I'm supposed to go out this weekend, I'm gonna eat super duper strict, only lettuce, no dressing, chickpeas unsauteed. No, eat food that has flavor and that satisfies you. But you know, there's always healthier swaps you can make, just if you want to kind of watch what you're doing. Pretty much, I just want to say that do your own research on diet culture to see how it does affect you, because if you read on diet culture, you can see like what it does to affect people, how it affects people, and you can kind of gauge how deep you are in diet culture. Are you in the middle of a fad diet? Are you doing these crazy Pinterest workouts that say that you're going to lose 25 pounds in a day? Just pay attention to that, but also pay attention to your body. Are you feeling run down? Are you feeling tired? Is it because you're not getting the nutrients you need? Or is it because you're cutting something out of your diet? I feel like everyone, and me, I'm new to being able to say that I am an intuitive eater and I'm happy with where I am in my fitness journey and that I'm still making progress even though I'm eating things that I want. I just want to kind of say this to all the girls and guys, whoever's listening, that diet culture is a $40 billion culture industry, whatever. They don't need your money. Don't give that to them. Let's make that $40 billion, $40 million even. If we could cut it down to $40 million, we can cut it down to $40,000 and then just let's cut it out, because guess what? No one is going to be happy trying to get a goal that they will never reach. And let's not get this to the satisfaction of knowing that we're gonna be able to just kind of like give into this culture and be happy trying to get somewhere we'll never be. So that's what I want to say. That was my rant. I barely got to drink any of my coffee. I will try to have someone else talk with me on another topic soon so I can like have time to like drink my coffee. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, leave me a comment of any other conversations you want to have or coffee recipes, because I don't know how to make Dalgona great, but I made it good. But thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!